Hello everyone and welcome back to Build with AI series. Local coding was used to be limited by the small memory, but not anymore. Using Gemma 4 and Codex, we are going to unlock a 64K massive context window to build complex multifunctional tools. We are going to be using the latest MTP updated Gemma 4 E2B models and directly integrate them with Codex autonomous agents. And with this setup, we are going to build 5 different applications without writing a single line of code. So let's dive in. So we are going to turn our local machines into AI coding powerhouses using two different tools, which is Codex and Ollama. Ollama acts like an engine which can run our AI models, while Codex is the bridge that let us talk to those AI models to build actual code files. Codex is a command line interface tool or a CLI tool which can be directly installed using the simple command of npm. It is designed to be minimal and code first, and because it is built on a memory system that allows the agent to remember all of our instructions, it requires a larger context window. Context window just means how much of the conversation history or the overall instructions that the model is currently remembering, and by default it is recommended that the context window should be at least 64,000 tokens for Codex to run smoothly. If you don't know what token is, it is the tiniest unit of the word, so one word can have 1 or 2 tokens. Now by default Codex uses paid OpenAI keys, but today we are going to reroute all of those requests to Ollama, and then Ollama will forward those requests to our local AI models. So everything will be running completely free with no API keys, and there is no risk of uploading any of your data to the cloud servers. We are going to do all that by just passing on the OSS command, which stands for open source software. With this setup, you don't need any complex AI or the browser tabs to work your AI projects. Now the brain behind this project is the Google's latest Gemma 4 model. First of all, thanks to the person who commented that I am pronouncing this wrong. In my previous videos I used to pronounce it Gamma 4, but I realized it is actually Gemma 4. Recently these Gemma 4s and the other open source models also are getting these MTP updates, which I had covered in my previous video detail. You can check out this video on my channel or click on the eye icon on top right of your screen. In short, MTP stands for multi-token prediction, which allows the model to predict several tokens at once instead of just predicting them one by one, which makes it incredibly fast. It is implemented by extending the base model with a smaller, faster draft model and through speculative decoding pipeline, where the smaller model drafts the text and the larger model verifies it. This speed is going to be crucial in our current project because we want the Codex to generate the entire code very fast, not just by one word at a time. And Gemma 4 is also designed for frontier level performances, having very well reasoning, agentic workflows, coding and multi-model understanding powers. It is going to be perfect for our local setup because it brings that Claude or GPT level intelligence right into your system. Now to start using Gemma 4 using your hardware, you can either go for the cloud option, which has daily and weekly limits, but all the code will be running online, so you don't need any expensive hardware. But if you want complete privacy and unlimited access, then you can download any of the 4 versions available for Gemma 4. All these versions differ just in their sizes, so smaller sizes models have 2 billion and 4 billion parameters, while larger sizes have 26 and 31 billion parameters. Now if you want to know which of these models will be able to run smoothly in your system, first you need to check what is the available VRAM in your system. For that you can just go to the task manager, click on the 3 lines, then performance, and here you will see all your GPU, memory, CPU properties. So right now in my system I have an Intel UHD integrated graphic card, which isn't that useful for AI performances because we need a dedicated graphic card like this NVIDIA GeForce here. I have a slightly older version which is 1650 Ti, but it has 4 GB of VRAM. So once I know that this is my dedicated GPU and memory, which is 4 GB, now I need to calculate what is the required VRAM for each of these models. So let's say if you take this 2 billion parameters, a basic rough approximation formula for checking how much VRAM do you need is to multiply the billion of parameters into the quantization of the model, which just means how much precision each number in that parameter is there inside the model, then divide it by 8 and multiply it by 1.2, where this 1.2 factor is coming from some buffer memory that the model will be needing to store your conversation history. So let's say if I take this E2B model, I know like number of parameters is 2 billion, then the quantization is 4-bit, which means each number in the model is taking 4-bit of memory. So I can plug in both of these values in my formula, which is 2 times 4 by 8, which is 1, and multiply it by 1.2, so I need 1.2 GB of VRAM in my system to smoothly run this. And I have shown already that I have 4 GB of VRAM available, so I will be able to run this smoothly on my PC. But in case if you have a higher graphic card available, you can go for the other bigger versions as well, which will perform much better than the tiniest models and can help you in your complex AI projects as well. First step to install this model is to first download Ollama, so just go to ollama.com/download, and according to your platform you can download the installer. Then for my Python IDE, I'm going to use Google Antigravity. If you don't have it, you can go to antigravity.google/download, or you can use any other Python IDE like VS Code, Cursor, Windsurf, etc. if you want. So according to your platform, just download the installer and follow the installation step. Now to download the model, I just need this query, which is Ollama run Gamma 4 E2B. So I will open Google Antigravity. To start any project, first you need to open a folder, so just go to File and Open Folder, and open any empty folder in your directory. For example, currently I'm working in Gamma Codex folder here, and all my code files and output will be generated here. Now to download the model, just expand the below panel to open the terminal and paste the the copied query here. Then press enter, and now your model will be downloaded and you can directly chat with it. So now the model will be downloaded. Next, we are going to create a custom model out of this because by default Gemma 4 uses reasoning tags, which takes a lot of time to generate the final output. So in the same folder, I'm going to create a custom model file here, which will have the instructions to stop the thinking, reasoning, or the thought tags and provide only the code or direct answers requested by user, maintain a clean production ready output at all times. So with these kind of system instructions, a model will directly output the result without thinking, which will decrease the accuracy a bit. But for quick responses, you can do this kind of system prompts. Then to get deterministic responses, I'm going to lower the temperature to 2.2. If you keep it close to 0, you will get direct responses, but if you will keep to 1, you will get random responses from the model. Then as we need the higher context window for Codex, I'm going to set the parameter of number of context window to be 65,000 tokens. And the base model will be Gamma 4 E2B. So once Ollama reads this file, it will take the Gamma 4 E2B model, it will change these parameters, and it will add this system instruction on top of it. Now to register this model in Ollama, you just need to simple query, which is to create an Ollama model with a new name, let's say Gamma 4 clean, from the model file that we have built here. I'll just copy this query, go to the terminal and paste it again here. So now my Ollama model is registered. I can also confirm it by pressing Ollama list, and I'll see that Gamma 4 clean latest is registered here. Now I can directly give it a query like this also, like Ollama run Gamma 4 clean, and ask it to write a Python one-liner to reverse a string. So when I give this simple query, I will just get this response, which is s:\:1, which is the correct code. And you can see that the thinking process is also very less because we had disabled the thinking tags. Now let's set up the Codex CLI. First, you are going to need Node.js installed in your system. If you don't have it installed, just go to nodejs.org and just use get-node.js here on the website. Once you install it, you can also verify it by just using these commands. So I'm getting version numbers for both of these commands, so my node.js is successfully installed. Next, I'm going to install the Codex CLI. So for that, you just need this query, which is npm install OpenAI Codex, which is the same query which was given on the Ollama page. So I'm just going to paste it here and press enter. So now Codex is successfully installed in my system. Now to launch the Codex with Ollama models, we can either use Ollama launch Codex or we can use the Codex OSS, which is open source software commands. So I'm just going to use the option A, which is Ollama launch Codex, and give it in the terminal and press enter. So now it is asking me which of the Ollama model I want as the engine. I can directly use the arrow keys and navigate among all of these and select the Gamma 4 clean model that we have just made. So now it has launched and it is asking me the permission to integrate the current folder, so I'll just press continue. Just use the default sandbox. So now Codex can safely edit files and execute commands in my PC. Now I'm going to test it on 5 different applications. First, I'm going to ask it to generate a markdown app inside a single HTML file. So I'm going to give it this prompt, which is to build a single HTML markdown note app with a dark mode split screen layout. Then I will define the left pan and right pan areas how I want them. And finally, we'll ask it to autosave content to local storage on every keystroke. So I'll press enter here. So now it is working and generating the codes. If you get this warning that Gamma 4 clean is not found, you can just ignore it because inherently Ollama will identify the model and use it to process any requests. Now my code file is generated. It took some 5 minutes and index.html is outputted here in the same folder. Now if I open it with my browser, I'll see this HTML correctly made. On left panel, we have the live editor. On right panel, we have the preview. So if I make any changes, I will just see the live changes being made in the markdown text as well. So if you see, if we have given the title formatting, the titles and subtitles are properly formatted. Then these apostrophe commands are also formatted in local storage. Then we have some code highlighting examples, the comments. So the markdown file is able to load all the kind of different coding examples correctly. So the key feature that we had wanted was the autosave. So every time we are making the changes, the notes are being saved to our browser's local storage and directly being displayed in the preview tab here. So it proves that when we are integrating Gemma 4, it is able to generate a local UI with a perfect layout that we had given in the initial prompt. Next, let's build something more logical heavy. What about a personal financial tracker using Python and the Streamlit UI library? So I'm going to again open the terminal. I'm going to give it this prompt, which is to build a single file Streamlit app in Python for tracking personal expenses, allow input of amount, category, where we are spending, and an optional note, and store the data in a local CSV and show a pie chart of spending by category. So here I'm asking it to use the Streamlit library, which is used to turn the Python scripts into web applications quickly. So I'm going to send this to the Codex client, and now the code is generating and the final app.py is generated now in the current same folder. So I can directly run the app.py by going to the terminal and typing streamlit app.py, which will use the Streamlit library to launch the app file, and my Gemma Finance Tracker will be launched here. I can add my transactions with the dates, with a dynamic calendar also added, the amount that I want, I can directly add plus here, the category in which I had spent, the optional note, and then log the transaction. So let's say the total expenses are 1073 here. I can just add a 10 amount, log the transaction, and it will be automatically updated to 1083. And if I check my local directory, the expenses.csv is also being saved here. And this is exactly what we wanted, that the UI should automatically save the current data in a local file. And using that local file, it is able to generate and update the UI also very fast. Then the spending by category chart is also given here, with each of the category of given spends and the total amount spent also displayed nicely. Finally, it is given a ledger history also, which has the raw transactions given date-wise. So this shows how good is the model is at data handling and using specific Python libraries like Streamlit to build UI and pandas to read, and also generating these dynamic charts using the plotting libraries. Third test would be to build a productivity tool. I'm again going to the terminal and give it this prompt to build a single index.html file to generate a Pomodoro timer using the Tailwind CSS. This is just a productivity timer which says that you should do a 25-minute work and then a 5-minute cooldown. So it should have both of these functionalities with start, pause, and reset buttons, then a simple to-do list and a browser beep to remind us about the different breaks. So I'm just going to press enter and let it generate the HTML file directly. So now it has generated the index.html. The previous file that we had for the first test is automatically overwritten. I can check this by directly opening this in my browser. So now I see the Gamma focus clock here with a start and reset button, and once we start there is a pause icon also. The round boundary of the clock is correctly being updated dynamically basis the remaining time. Then below we have the checklist of the task focus, which we had asked that in addition to clock we also need a bottom to-do list below the timer, and it is also given some examples that configure customer Gemma 4 model file. The next task was to build a single file prototype. We can directly check it, or we can also add some more focus tasks here and click on add. We can reset the timer also, which will reset it to the 25-minute, and the overall UI is also looking modern without some external CSS file because everything is written in a single HTML file that we had asked. So it is a perfect example of a one file utility that you can use every day, and Gemma 4 and the Codex agent is able to handle the full logic for the timings and the checklist events perfectly. Next test would be to check whether it is able to parse all the logs of a events file and build a perfect dashboard for it. I'm going to go to the terminal and give it this prompt to generate a zero dependency Python scripts or a single file that can parse a web server's access.log. Then I'm asking it to extract all the different details like HTTPS codes, client IPs, request paths, and the byte sizes. Then it should identify the suspicious behaviors like multiple authentication failures and compile all of these metrics into a beautiful self-contained HTML report dashboard. So let's give it this task and wait for its completion. It gave me the error that it was not able to find the logs file and it generated some random output. So I will just put that log file here, which will have some dummy data of different logs which is generated from system. And now I'm going to give that same query and wait for the output. Now it has generated the final file, which is logparser.py. It has all the logic to analyze the file content and then to finally generate the HTML dashboard. Now I can launch this file using python logparser.py. So I'll go to terminal and type python logparser.py here. So now my dashboard is launched. There are total 16 requests. What is the data transferred, unique clients, the response status distribution, the top active clients, and some system anomalies where the same IP was triggered 3 times, or there was an internal server error trying to access the index.html file. So both of these it has categorized as a brute force or a server-side error and given them correctly in the alerts category. So this demonstrates that Gemma 4 can generate beautiful dashboards and also analyze the log files generated raw from any system. Last and final test would be to check whether it is able to generate an application which can interact with live data from the internet. So I'm going to give this prompt, which is to build a single HTML file which shows the current time in large font and also fetch the current temperature from the Open Metro API because this is a free API to use using the browser geolocation, so there is no API key needed, and then to include a 5-item daily habit checklist and a minimalistic dark UI. So let's see what kind of HTML it is able to generate. So now it has given me the final index.html file here. I can again open it in my browser, and as soon as I opened it, it is asking me to check my current location. So I will allow it this time. So it has correctly given me the current time, the local weather, and then for daily habits also it has given me some 5 different daily habits that we should do. So all of these are looking like coding habits, and then last we have the drink 2 liter of water habit. So mostly I'm thinking like this is the context that I had given from the earlier task. It has generated the daily habit task as well. Like the Pomodoro focus clock I had asked in my earlier test, and it has added it as a daily habit here. So again, everything is dynamic. I can check or uncheck all of these tasks. The time is also updated correctly. The date and day is also correct, and the current temperature is also correct basis my current city. So all of this demonstrate the capabilities of this model, and using it with a powerful memory-based AI agent which is Codex, which can generate everything from the Python code files to interactive web pages without using any API keys and just using all local hardware as the engine. So why should you use this setup instead of just using ChatGPT or Claude? You can generate multiple real-world use cases with this, like automatic app scaffolding, where you just need to describe an app in plain English and Codex will generate the full file structure. But in this kind of task, you will need a bigger model because the Gamma 4 E2B is a tiny model which will not be able to handle multiple file structures fluently. Then without any internet connection, you can do the entire development. You just need to pull the model and all the inferences will be run locally. Then let's say if you want a secured code base, then let's say if you want complete privacy, then this setup is perfect because all of your code and prompts will never leave your machine, which is ideal for proprietary and client projects. Then if you want a quick prototype of your final website, you can just directly generate an HTML file in under 60 seconds. Or if you just want some simple projects in which you want to understand how the AI works, you can use this kind of setup easily without paying for any API bills. And if you are using this Gemma for E2B, you also do not need a heavy expensive GPU, because as we have calculated, you just need a 1 GB of GPU available, which means it can even run if you have only RAM or CPU system. Then you can also add some features on top of this project, where you can add a model hot swap, where basis the task where the agent can switch between the different models. So let's say to build the overall structure, we can use a smaller model, and to build the actual code, we can use a larger model like DeepSeek. Then you can pre-build a prompt.md file basis the different tasks that you are asking the agent to generate. Then after the code files are generated, you can also add a validator, which can check the generated file with any kind of syntax errors. And if it is able to find it, it will again prompt the agent with that error, so the agent can correct the file by resolving all kind of errors. Then you can also extend the prompts to generate full multi-file projects, like you can integrate React app or a fast API backend for your project. Then instead of writing each and every prompt, you can add a directory where all the prompts will be kept, or you can also add some community-driven prompts categorized by the different tasks that you want to be generated. Finally, you can also add a file watcher that can automatically save all kind of files that is generated by the Codex CLI. So the era of local autonomous coding is here, and with tools like Gemma 4, Codex, Ollama, it has never been faster or easier. You can find all the model file and the readme file having all the prompts that I have used today. Just check the GitHub link in the description and pin comments below. Comment down below if you have any suggestion for specific local AI projects that you want me to build next, and follow the channel for more such AI builds, updates and workflows.